your session moderator today. Thank you for attending the Learning Spot Reading Writing Center, one of the winning group for the LRC Exemplary Practice. As a courtesy to our speakers, please mute yourself and hold all your questions until at the end, or you may want to put them in the chat box. If you are tweeting during this session using social media, please use the hashtag AFC 2020 Vision, one word, AFC 2020 Vision. I need to remind you of two other things. Please check the town hall. There you will find an update on sessions, opportunity to win prizes, and you can post your takeaways to share with other attendees. And the community is where you will locate the contact information of all of today's presenters. And also I can find them on the speaker tabs if you cannot find them in there. Any question for those attendees before I introduce the speakers? Let's see, there's something on the chat. Okay, so I'm good. So I am so pleased to introduce to you the winning group, Dr. Daphne and Giselda. Both of them are manager and coordinator of the Learning Spot at Miami-Dade. If you have, if you want to know more about them, you can check the speaker tab or the community group. That's where you'll find their bios and their pictures. So join me in giving our presenters a welcome.
Thank you.
So please take it away.
So hi everyone, I'm Giselda Aguiar, and with me is Dr. Watson. So we are the coordinators at the Reading and Writing Center and Learning Spot at Miami-Dade College's Wolfson Campus. So I'm going to introduce myself. So I earned my bachelor's from the University of Miami, majoring in English and history, because why not pick two humanities? And I earned my MFA in creative writing in fiction from Florida International University. I have over 10 years of experience in tutoring and teaching, starting as an undergrad when I tutored children in reading, and eventually I was teaching composition at FIU. My writings have appeared in the Florida Book Review and Pank Magazine, and I was also on the editorial board of FIU's literary magazine, Gulfstream, for 2 years.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daphne Watson, and it is an absolute pleasure to share with you some of the initiatives and programs that we are doing in the Reading and Writing Center of Miami-Dade College. I am Daphne Watson again, and I joined Miami-Dade College in January of 2019. My previous experience includes being an elementary school principal. I was in administration for about 10 years, and my education includes my doctorate of education and also a specialist. I have a reading and an English degree. So I am very excited about helping students of all ages, and that's what we do at Miami-Dade College in the Reading and Writing Center. I just want to say that as a part of Miami-Dade College's college-wide strategic goal of educational quality, Miami-Dade College drives innovation through teaching, mentoring, and learning experiences that seek to transform students, the community, our nation, and abroad. As such, we seek to support, promote, represent, and serve every Miami-Dade College student by providing a rigorous curriculum and a comprehensive set of support services that contributes to their academic and future success. At the Wolfson Campus, the Learning Spot and Reading and Writing Center work with students at every level in all programs at various stages of degree completion. In 2019, our initiatives focused on faculty support, curriculum support, data collection, staff innovation, student services collaboration, feeder school collaboration, and both incoming high school and upper division schools of transfer and technological innovation. Giselda and I are in a wonderful place. We believe that students are first and foremost, that we are looking towards ensuring that they have the highest quality of experience, possible while they're at the Reading and Writing Center. So the initiatives that you're going to hear about will revolve around the student. We also look at the student's life. What are they doing? How can we help them? And then we collaborate with the faculty. We collaborate with staff. We collaborate student services, technology, and they use technology, and we use technology, especially now in the status that we're in society, and data and curriculum to drive our decisions. Everything that we do revolves around the student. We are a continuous, we are continuously looking at different ways that we can help them. We are flexible in the initiatives that we have. The things that you're going to hear about today, if they're working, we continue with them, we improve. If they're not working, we stop them and we try something new. So as you hear us speaking about these initiatives again, the students are first and foremost. So we're going to look at different areas that the student is involved in. So as we move to the next slide, Giselda. First, I want to discuss, first I will be discussing faculty outreach and support, and then curriculum development and innovation, staff development and training, student services and articulation, collaboration, data and technology. All of the initiatives, each one will demonstrate how we are supporting students, from students that have English, that are English as other languages, students with disabilities, students that are at the developmental levels, and those that are in honors classes. We make sure that we are designing curriculum that will help meet their specific needs. Next slide, please. Faculty outreach and support. Now, this is one of the areas that we shine because it is very important for us to have relationships. Building relationships is very important. We want to make sure that we are present and available, and that we are reaching out to faculty to support them and support the students as they provide an optimal educational environment. So we are an academic arm, and we present classroom presentations, customized workshops, faculty cadres, and college-wide faculty support. So let's start with classroom presentations. We are a part of the English and Communications department. So we are a part of the department meetings. We are present to listen to what the needs of the faculty are. They listen to our needs, and then we bridge the gap together. We build a relationship in which we are supporting them as they're supporting the students. So with classroom presentations at the beginning of the semester, Giselda and I, we meet with the faculty, and we discuss what are the programs that we have at the Reading and Writing Center. Classroom presentations involve orientations in which we share, okay, these are our tutors, these are their academic qualifications, these are our hours of operation, this is how we can help your students. We do this based on scheduling, and whenever the instructors have a class, we meet that need. Whether it's myself or Giselda, we go. If a tutor is not available, we are able to adjust our schedules to make sure that we are present. We are there to show them during the classroom presentation how to schedule appointments. We discuss online tutoring with them. We discuss the pop-up tables with them. We discuss the Keep Educating Yourself series workshops with them. Basically, we make sure that we're providing what you would call wraparound academic services to students in the classroom. We are there to answer their questions. And it also gives us an opportunity to talk with them, to smile with them, to answer their individual questions and really begin to look at their faces and notice them. So when we're walking through campus and we see them, we can always say, hi, oh, I remember you from this professor's class. And we begin to build a relationship. And I know that I am infamous for saying, stop by my office. I want you to come and say hello to me, which is really strategic because once they're there, I want to make sure that I show them the learning spot and then we get them to make an appointment. Next slide, please. Next are the customized workshops, which are the Keep Educating Yourself series. And these started in January of 2019. When we look at what students know and what students should be able to do, that's what we want to focus our education on, what they are able to learn. We are able to pull the course descriptions for, let's say, English 1101, English 1102, speech 1017, and see what are the competencies there. And that's the foundation for us beginning to design the workshops. How can we help students? In addition to that, when students visit the tutors, we also ask the tutors, what are those areas in which students require the most assistance with? Is it thesis statements? Is it main idea? Is it how to write an introductory paragraph? What are those skills that the students need to know? So we look at that data and we're constantly collaborating with the tutors as well as the faculty to make sure that we're providing relevant workshops that will help build their knowledge base. It is important for us to make sure that whatever we're doing, that we are providing an academic foundation or either enhancing what students already know. Our workshops are 1 hour each, and they can be given to the class or they can be individual. It all depends. Whatever the faculty members ask us for, we always try to be flexible and we meet their needs. Their needs, the students' needs, are the most important features of what we want to do. Next slide. Now, the faculty cadres. This has a special place in my heart because communication is pivotal. Most times you will have a service that is not collaborating with faculty, but to us, faculties are on the front line. They are the most important people that the students have contact with in each class session. So we decided that the tutors, we would look at the tutor schedules, and then we would match them with the faculties that are working during their employment hours. This way, at the beginning of each semester, the tutor reaches out to the faculty members, tell them who they advise them who they are, their educational credentials, and then share that they're able to present classroom presentations, workshops. They're able to meet with them to discuss the client report forms that gives information about students. We're available to design curriculum that will help enhance what you're doing in your classroom. So we are making sure that we are talking with the faculty. Right now, I would say last week we actually had one faculty member to request four workshops, and he was able to contact the tutor that was assigned to him, and it was assigned, and then it was being executed. It is a thing of beauty for the faculty members to build trust with us and for us to lend credibility to what we're doing. So the faculty cadres are assigned every semester, and we usually try to change it so that every faculty member will have an opportunity to work with a tutor at some point or another. So this has definitely increased our tutoring appointments, our workshops. We are doing really, really well with just being able to communicate with them, and this is a highlight. Next slide, please. Okay, the college faculty support. Again, we are making sure that we are working college-wide, and just with the faculty cadres, we have been reaching out to other support centers like the new student support center, student life, the other departments, business, world languages, social sciences. Every semester they receive our information, and we are building our relationships with them. Whatever we don't know, we meet with the faculty to find out how is it that we can help them. So we are not only just meeting with our faculty members in the English and Communications department, but we are working with other faculty members, EAP, so that we can help them. Giselda?
Yeah, so I wanted to speak about this particular event. So although we are at one particular campus at Wolfson, we do reach out to colleagues at other campuses, and they reach out to us for support. So for instance, last fall, during the Miami Book Fair, which is hosted at the Wolfson campus every year, the English and Communication discipline conveners from Hialeah and Padrone campuses, they organized this campus-wide open mic event for English and Communication majors during the book fair. And since we're on the same campus as the book fair, the Learning Spot hosted the event. It was a great opportunity for other students and faculty unfamiliar with our location to be exposed to us in a fun, creative way.
Absolutely. And I can only reinforce that communication with faculty and the outreach is very important. We spend a lot of our time reaching out to faculty members to see how we can help them. And they are very appreciative. And that way, many students across the disciplines are being assisted by the Reading and Writing Center. Next slide.
Hang on. Okay. Not sure what was happening there. Okay, so one of the other areas that we looked at was curriculum development and innovation. So we created 4 initiatives. One of them was the TAD notebook, the pop-up tables, and the keys workshops, which were already mentioned, as well as a brochure for our center. So I wanted to talk about the TAD notebook. TAD means tutoring across the disciplines. So this is a OneNote notebook where we have the syllabi and the assignments of dozens of courses offered at our campus because most of our students come from Wolfson. So as MDC employees, we have access to Office 365, which includes OneNote. Our staff share the TAD and can look up a particular professor or course's syllabus. This is an extremely helpful tool if and when students come in asking for help and can't fully explain what exactly it is that they have to do in the assignment, which, we do get a few of those. So the tutors can look up the professor on the TAD and see for themselves what are the instructions so that they can better help the students. So the notebook, as you can see there, is organized by discipline, then faculty, and finally courses each faculty member teaches. So as you can imagine, it has to be updated every semester because we'll get new faculty to join the team, or others will retire, or curriculum changes, and so assignment sheets and instructions also have to change, so that all has to be updated.
Another initiative that we use for outreach are the pop-up tables. And since being in education, I know that students are not always readily available for assistance. So sometimes you just have to take it to them. So we developed the pop-up tables. The reason that we have this is so that we can go out and we can meet the students and we can say to them, if you have a writing that we can provide guidance to you on right now, on the spot, we can help you. The pop-up tables were designed to ensure that we are able to assist students where they are. So we looked at the master schedule of where the high frequency areas are, and we decided that, okay, that's where we're going to pop up. So we will go where there may be 4 or 5 classes at 1 o'clock on a Monday. The tutor who is working during that shift would go there and would pop up right there and provide our literature, the brochure, speaking about our services. And then you would notice in the slide, this is Gail on the left. Gail is actually with a student and actually providing tutoring service on the spot. When we are there and students are not there, we're handing out brochures, we're talking to students, we're building relationships with them. And you would be surprised as you walk through the campus that the students recognize you and they would say, oh, I remember you. And then that's our gateway to say, oh, you didn't come by and see us, come by and see us. And then that way we're having students to come and to help us. Come and we can help them. It is a wonderful opportunity to get to know the students. It's a wonderful opportunity when faculty members see you and they didn't know about you and they ask you to come to their class and do a classroom presentation. We are definitely being innovative in the Reading and Writing Center because we want to make sure that we are providing every opportunity for students to receive the services that they need. And some of them don't realize that they do need tutoring. So I am very excited about the pop-up tables. The next is the KEYS seminar, and we've already addressed that, but I do want to reinforce that this is really based on competencies from the classrooms. We look at what the state requires, and we look to see, okay, what is it that we can design a workshop on that will help students? We offer them as a class. Now remote, we actually have an increase in students attending workshops individually and as a class, so that I don't know if it's that they're bored and they don't have anything else to do while, you know, we're under our current circumstances, but we have definitely seen an increase with students taking multiple. As I go through and I look at the schedule, I see reoccurring names, and this is wonderful because students are actually learning. And I believe that once they receive the quality services that our tutors provide for them, then they return. And that in itself, we're seeing a lot of returning students, which is good. And our seminars are you know, are created to make sure that students leave us knowing more than when they first arrived. Next slide.
So one of the other things that we developed last year, and we do update this every semester, is the center's brochure. One of the things that we feature in the brochure are our tutors, so that not only students but also faculty can see what are their credentials, and, you know, just get to know the tutors that will be helping the students. So we try to change it up every semester. You know, we'll get new members. We had 3 tutors join us within the last year, so that has to be obviously updated, and information of our initiatives, you know, when we introduce a new initiative, that gets added to the brochure. So another area we focused on in 2019 to enhance our services to students was staff training and development. So one way we tackled this was by updating and having comprehensive tutor and front desk manuals to ensure consistency. So the tutor manual details the Reading and Writing Center's protocols, such as how to document a tutoring session and tips on how to conduct a session, no matter if it's in person or online. Each tutor, and we had 2 new tutors start last year and then 1 start earlier this year, each one receives his or her own copy, and a spare is kept in the center there as reference. So as you can see, the manual covers a wide range of topics, from tutoring basics to specifics on the different software we use for scheduling or record keeping. So here on the right is a breakdown of the interface we use for our online tutoring sessions. So it indicates, like, what each button does, what each part, indicates. So just as for our tutors, we also have a training manual for our front desk personnel. They monitor the spa, which functions as a computer courtyard, which houses the Reading and Writing Center. So the manual covers things on how to, how to assist students in making appointments for the Reading and Writing Center, how to book a study room, because we have a few. It covers basic general information such as time reporting and professionalism and troubleshooting equipment. We have computers there, we have a copier, we have a machine to put money in your card in order to print. We have a bunch of equipment, so the manual covers on how to troubleshoot, or who to call if we can't handle it. How to communicate with other departments, and any new initiatives of the Learning Spot or the Reading and Writing Center. So here on the right is a page explaining the scheduling system we use for our tutoring appointments, with screenshots and arrows. I wanted to add that I also started last year at the center, and one of my first major tasks was to update and reorganize these manuals, and it's a great introduction for how we run the center. So I learned from staff, and they had input on how to on what should go in these manuals. We then had a meeting to go over it once it was completed. So it was a team effort.
Absolutely. Well, here's another favorite of mine: student services and articulation collaboration. We work with the new student center. I love the incoming students. The majority of them are high school students that are coming in, and we work with them in order to provide orientation materials for them. That would be our brochures that entail the online services, the keys. There is such joy that comes from helping students who are transitioning from one phase of their life to a new phase of their life. So I work really well. Giselda works really well with the pre-college advisors. We actually work with them to complete test preparation, ACT, SAT, PERT. We work with them to make sure that those students can come in, and we actually have had them come in on a Saturday, which we don't work on Saturdays, but anything that they need, we will do it. They would come in, and the principal would work with us to make sure that specific students would come, and they would stay for about 4 hours, and the tutors additional tutors would come in, and we would work with them in groups. And I have to tell you, it is very pleasing to be able to make sure that we are impacting the next generation. And we can't do it all at once, so we do it in small chunks, and it has been very successful. It's gratifying when you see students who were in the test prep sessions, and they're incoming freshmen the following term or the term after. It is exhilarating. It's exciting. At least I get excited and a little emotional, because I know that their future is bright and that they have an opportunity to be whomever they would like to be. So the new student center is definitely is continuing to be a growing area for us. And on the screen, you actually see some of the pictures where we work with the students. And what we did is, so if there were 30 students coming, then I didn't want any groups no more than 10 in a group, no more than 15 in a group. We tried to keep it 10 to 15 because of the small groups, and that would make them more comfortable, allow them more opportunities to ask questions. It would give the tutor an opportunity to see who was responding, who wasn't responding. We actually had one of our clerks is she speaks Creole, so she was able to come in and translate, and then another one of the clerks speaks Spanish, so she also was able to come in and to interpret. So, you know, yes, it is a team effort. We could not do it without our front desk clerks, and we definitely could not do it without our tutors. They are wonderful. They are the best group to work with. So on the next slide, we are working with financial aid in the Honors College. I have to say, working with financial aid, we were requested to come in, build a workshop for scholarship essay writing. And we actually did that. They made us a part of their registration campaign, and we were there actually presenting workshops on what are scholarships, what types of scholarships are there, and where do you find scholarships. And then we actually demonstrated by using Miami-Dade College scholarship, and then we went into, okay, how this is the prompt, this is how you would start an essay, the middle, the body, and then we would make individual appointments in order to assist them. And not only that, if there is an appeal at some point, we have been asked to help them, and that's what we do with financial aid. Again, building bridges, working with staff in small ways, but they're big ways. With the Honors College, we are a part of their colloquial, and we are assisting with the transfer application essay workshop. Giselda, you can probably speak a little bit to that because you actually presented to them last year.
Yes, so they approached us because, you know, we give these workshops to students, and they asked for us to give it to particular to the honor students. So, you know, because although we do offer bachelor's degrees, it is a community college, and so most students who go there, they get their associates and then they transfer, you know, to another school to finish their bachelor's. And it can be a daunting task to, you know, to write these essays that can determine, I mean, not to, you know, exaggerate, but it can determine the rest of their lives. So we broke down the types of questions that they will most likely be asked on these applications, and how to approach it, and trying to be, you know, unique in their take, and not going for like general stuff that, you know, might not distinguish them from you know, the hundreds and thousands of other applicants. So it was a great experience, and of course letting them know that we do have one-to-one tutoring if they need extra assistance. But that was a great workshop that we had.
Absolutely. And they seek us out, the students seek us out. And we have had a lot of them, especially while we're remote. So it has been a wonderful experience, just the impact of helping students. The other area that we work with other universities, with some of our students, when the students are ready to transfer, specifically in this example, Florida International University, we were able to work with them in a collaborative relationship so that the English and communication students would participate in a workshop in which they came, the FIU staff presented, gave an overview of, you know, the registration process, the financial aid process, the different programs that they had. We hosted that, and we were there in order to assist with the writing component. So building relationships is always intertwined in what we're doing, and we want to make sure that we are using every avenue that is available to us so that we can assist the students. If you remember the first slide, it went back to the student life and how are we helping them in all of the areas identified. Staff, it just doesn't mean Miami-Dade College staff, but it means other staff at other educational institutions. Next slide, Giselda.
So other key areas we developed were data collecting and use of technology. And we put these into effect with a student case management system, online tutoring, and surveys. So so last year, every student who had an appointment at the Reading and Writing Center had a OneNote case file created with their basic contact information, summaries of each appointment if they had more than one, any assignments. If they came with like a paper copy, we would scan it, or if they uploaded it to our software, which I'll explain in a bit, we also added that to the file. Any faculty communication about the student, we added all that to their case file. And there was also a secure link and accessible only to the coordinators and the English chair, where we listed the students' test scores, their recent transcript, any academic history, and any relevant information given by the students, such as if they were an access student or if they were a veteran. So this data collection in one central OneNote notebook allowed for quick examination of the student's strengths and needs and of any progress, especially if they've come multiple times. And some students will also, they'll set up like, recurring sessions, and that's great to track that on this notebook. So something that we started and we're very proud of that we started last year, because it has come very handy this year, is online tutoring. So the great thing about offering online tutoring through our center instead of through a third-party company is that a student who came in person to work on an assignment with a tutor can then meet with that same tutor online for a follow-up. Maybe they they didn't jot something down that the tutor said, or maybe they've written, a new paragraph and they just want their opinion on that. So they can, but they're at home, they don't want to drive to campus, so they can just set up an appointment online and then just meet with that tutor or with another tutor. So while third-party online tutoring programs such as Smart Thinking are an amazing tool to have, talking to a tutor online who already knows you or is familiar with that particular professor's assignment from past experience is a great benefit and comfort to many students. So we use WC Online for our scheduling and online sessions. Their students, and here you can see these are pages from the tutoring manual, and you can see on the left where it's a breakdown of what the appointment form looks like. So it gives an option to students to upload documents, up to 3 documents. So they can upload the instructions for the assignment, or the draft, or any any ideas that they've jotted down, whatever they want. They can upload it there before the appointment. And so the tutor reviews the document utilizing Adobe Commons, and on the right it explains how to do that, how to use Adobe, because that's a different product. Or they can also use a whiteboard that WC Online provides. Students can use their cameras and mics to talk with their tutor, so it becomes almost like a face-to-face appointment, or they can use a chat feature to send messages to the tutor. So we also use surveys to get feedback from students to improve our services to them. So after each tutoring session or keys workshop, students are automatically sent a survey through our WC Online system. Additionally, we sent a separate survey. We started doing that last year to students who had participated in our back then brand new online tutoring feature, with specific questions about their experience in order to examine what was working and where we could improve for that new service. And so what were the results of all these new initiatives and implementations in 2019? So we had an increase in attendance numbers from 2018 to 2019. As you can see there, we had a huge, percentage increase, especially like in the spring. Because, it's not just that they can come and use a computer at our learning spot, or just, come with a draft to come see a tutor. They, now we were offering these workshops. We were now popping up in different parts of the campus that, maybe they just were not aware that we existed where we were, but now there's like this person sitting at this desk with like this, colorful pamphlets, and it's, something about reading and writing. What is this? And then they became aware of us. They would come and visit. And then of course, with our initiatives with other departments, like financial aid and the honors college, people became more aware of our presence there on campus. And with online, now we were getting, students from MDC online. They're not on campus, but now they can talk to someone who is familiar and is accustomed to working with MDC students in particular. And so, yeah, that was our increase in numbers. Here is some feedback from some of our students that we received in the surveys last year. Fabulous as always. Thank you for your last minute accommodations. We do get last minute accommodations or last minute appointments. Students desperate because their papers due the next day. So we try to accommodate as much as possible. Some of the comments, they give shout outs to particular tutors. So Gail is the best. Dana is a gem. And they even added that emoji. I did not add that. That was a student. Here are some other ones. My favorite one is the last one. The help is just very helpful. Thank God for that. God bless you all. And we also get feedback from professors, because they'll bring their classes for an orientation, or they'll bring them to a workshop, and they also get that the survey, and they'll give us some comments as well. And that is it. I don't know if Daphne wants to add anything, but that is our presentation. Does anyone have any questions?
Giselda.
Yes.
Okay, this is the time that we will ask questions. So if somebody already put something in the chat and you want to unmute yourself and ask a question, please do so.
No, we are not. Okay, the question is, are we doing face-to-face tutoring this semester? No, we are not. Miami-Dade College, for the most part, we're still remote. And this was a really good transition for us, not because of the circumstance, but we were already doing online tutoring. So for us to transition, it was just a matter of moving computers, setting our computers up at home. We were already we were already conducting online tutoring, so it was a good transition for us. So no, we are not doing face-to-face tutoring and at this time, but we are doing online, and our numbers have increased.
Yeah, and we also transitioned our workshops and our orientations online as well. So professors can still request workshops, and we can still give those online. And because we have like the tag notebook and the case file, those were already online. We're using OneNote for that. It was a relatively, easy transition for us to just go remote.
And I want to say one of the good things about online tutoring, we use WC Online, is that we're able to join the tutors in the session. So there are times when we join the session at the beginning just to say hello to the student, ask how we can be helpful. There are times when the tutor may require assistance, and since we're online, we just automatically join in and assist. So this has been a really good experience for us, but everyone has adjusted well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a question. This is Mercedes.
Hi, Mercedes.
Yes, we also do virtual tutoring here at the college at DSC. Now, what's your schedule? Because we find out that we have a lot of students who probably work during the day and they want help all all night long or something. We have a schedule.
Well, our hours are Monday through Thursday from 8 until 9 o'clock p.m. On
Ah,
Fridays, 8 until 4, and then on Saturday, 8 until 2.
okay.
So
Yeah, our hours didn't change, but I have noticed that students tend to come in the afternoon and the evenings now that we're only online. I think they just want to sleep in personally. I think that's what they
Mhm.
want.
Mm.
Absolutely. So I just want to reiterate that it is the building relationships that I think that's the most important part that I see as intertwining all of the programs together, our relationships with other people. They are really, really buying in to what we have to present. And I want to say that I'm very grateful for them. And of course, I'm grateful for Giselda and again, all the tutors who are performing spectacularly well, and the front desk clerks. So thank you, everyone.
Mm. This is Mercedes again. In the library side, we do classroom presentation, but I was kind of intrigued with you going to the teachers, to the department
Meetings.
not orientation meetings.
Hmm.
So usually they are so busy and the schedule is so full. So we always ask, can you give us a 5 minutes or something to go and speak? Do they give you more than that? Or if you can, how do you?
When we have something to present, usually we
Mhm,
highlight it, and it depends on what it is. Like, for example, we had a meeting before the presentation, and we've been working on some online tools. So we were given an opportunity, and Giselda was able to share what she's working on. Because we have um, built credibility with
mhm,
our programs, that everything that we're doing is manifesting itself very well for student success, then yes, we may ask for 10 or 15 minutes. Usually I am of the divide and conquer. I usually like to seek, and it's true.
mhm,
Usually people are more amenable if you speak with them directly. And there are
mhm,
times when we would speak to the professors indirectly, go by, visit their office, just stop them in the hallway,
mhm,
send them an email. Usually we would do that just to kind of, again, get to know them. And then we can talk about our program. And we always place it under the guise of how can, we need your help.
mhm,
We're doing this and we need your help. What do you think? And once they start giving us feedback, then usually they are the first or second ones to participate.
mhm,
So if they don't, you know what they say, you know what the old saying is, if Muhammad doesn't come to you, you go to Muhammad. And as far as our services, there's no boundary for us. We will go
mhm,
and we will help. And all it takes is word of mouth.
mhm.
This is what, this teacher, this is what the Reading and Writing Center did for us. And they would be good for you too. So yes. And sometimes we can be a little pushy,
Yeah.
but we follow it with a smile
Yeah.
because it's really not
Typical
about
of
us.
you.
It's really not about us. It's about the students.
Mhm,
Um, and I've been an adjunct before, and I know that there are varying levels in your classroom, and you don't have an assistant, so you do need someone to help you. And if there are good quality programs in an academic service and it's available for the students, why not use it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, correct. Yes,
Mhm.
wonderful.
Absolutely. Yes, Wanda, we'd be glad to speak with you.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Are there any other questions or comments? Anything that you all see that we can improve on, or any ideas that you may have for us? We are very open.
I am glad when you said something like you tried anything, and if it doesn't work, then you start something else. If it doesn't, but the outcome is usually that's what you're dealing with. This is what I do, and how does it relate? How the outcome is. So
Exactly.
yeah,
And then with my background, if you start a program and it's not working,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't make sense to continue it. It
Correct.
means let's change it.
Yes.
And you have to be a rubber band. Many
Yes.
times you can't be stoic. You can't have a stance that's unbendable. You have to be a rubber band, because we're not dealing with products that tangible products. We're not dealing with products. We're dealing with people, and
Right.
people have emotions, and they change their minds. So you have to be understanding. You have to be willing to adapt. Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
think of myself as a boxer, like you know, I'm in the ring, I'm at work now, and I'm bobbing and I'm weaving. Okay, this person needs this, I could change this. And that's challenging sometimes. We have our manuals, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have to go into the gray area a little bit in order to help a professor or help a student. And we will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, one of the things we want to know is if we have other questions after this program is over, is there a way we can contact you?
Absolutely. We can, I'll just put in the chat our email address, and
Yeah, I think your contact information is supposed to be on the community or the
okay.
speaker thing. So if they want to contact you with any kind of question or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now that we're working from remote, we answer questions,
Yes.
all times of the day and night.
I
Sometimes I
know.
send a message to Giselda while I'm out walking at 5 o'clock. Oh, we got to do this.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, when you love chocolate like I do, you have to walk early.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't like chocolate, so that won't be my problem.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness. Thank you, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure to share with you and to learn from you.
yeah.
Um,
On behalf of the AFC LIC, thank you so much for sharing your
you're more
winning
than
presentation with
welcome.
us.
You're more than welcome.
Oh, at this time, if we were meeting face to face, that would be the time that we would award you with your your award. But because of
Okay.
COVID-19, so we send all the information, your plug in all the information to you. And if you
Yes.
have not received them, please let us know because we have sent them. And then also, I wanted to let you know that I talked to Charlotte about the conference program. She emailed them to you,
Okay.
the conference program. So if you
Sounds
check in
great.
your email address, you will find that information there.
Sounds great.
So,
Thank you,
well,
Mercedes.
yeah, thank you so much, the attendees, for attending that winning presentation. And like we said, if you have any question, you can send them to them because they have the
Yes,
contact information there. And
absolutely.
also after the conference is the conference is over, you will be receiving an evaluation by email. Please take a few minutes to complete them and then send them to the conference because that will help us to find out how well we help you and how we can fix things that did not work properly. So thank you so much for your attention, and thank you, our speakers, for a great presentation. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Thank you.
and goodbye. Oh my.
Bye.
Bye. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Mhm.